of games that the supporters want to see, and hopefully we get an absolutely cracking game of football tonight.
It's the business end of the Vanarama National League season, and trading wins and losses is unlikely to stop at both ends of the table. For York, who sends it out to that space on the far side. McAllister, plenty of willing runners in support too, including Charlie McCann, who threads it across, and Garrett sends it over the top of the crossbar. Goal was gaping for Garrick, but he just couldn't tuck it away.
Well, that's as bad a miss as you'll see all evening. The goal opened up for Garrick, and all he needs to do is hit the target. It's just a lapse in concentration. He almost felt that he'd scored before he took the shot, and now he can pass his wisdom on.
Bit of room for Richardson once again. Support on the overlap, goes for goal himself. Sends it well away from target, and immediately an apologetic hand up from the midfielder.
Yeah, well, you've got to say it's the wrong decision. He's got a man over, and that's the one where you try and draw the fullback in, and then just...
Wonderfully threaded pass, however, into Garrick. What can he do from an acute angle? Looked to be unselfish, and it's eventually collected by Mail.
Well, again, Garrick finds himself in a brilliant position and just makes the wrong decision. It's a lovely slid pass, and you're saying, now pick out your pass. Can you pick out your teammate? He delays it too long. You can see...
The home side are on the front foot straight away. Nathaniel George. Felix in support. He wants to go down towards the byline and flashes it across the 6-yard box. Turned away and behind for a corner. Jamie Robson felt he had to get a touch on that, because actually Nathaniel George put in the best ball of the night so far.
Well, Pearce puts his hands on his head, and he knows he should have been there. Fantastic work out left by Nathaniel George.
Possession but no penetration until the header from Jeff King that's over the top of the crossbar. He had a clean run on it, and no one was watching him as he started to steal into the 18-yard box, but he couldn't keep it down. And once again, Ollie Pearce looks across and says, why didn't that come my way?
Well, it's a fantastic delivery. Richardson whips the ball in, and King has to head that back across the goal. He has to head that back where it's come from. There's no real conviction.
Room to operate. Jeff King. That's a teasing one that just needed the run of Ollie Pearce. Didn't quite have the legs to get there just before it bounced to Fabian Mroczek.
Well, you could see that Ollie Pearce was just following that in case Mroczek fumbled it or just spilt it. Does well to just hold on to it, because...
Ollie Pearce. There's suddenly a heap of space down the centre for Richardson. It's a slightly heavy touch, but he's able to get there and turn it in. And Lewis Richardson has his first goal for his new club since joining on loan from Burnley. And how big could that be in this season for York City? The LNER Community Stadium has erupted because the early goal in this second half has gone the home side's way. It will perhaps be one they feel they deserved after the first 45 minutes, and this young man has certainly had his opportunities in this game.
Well, it's brilliant play from York. First of all, it's Ollie Pearce, fantastic hold-up play. And when he pops this ball off to Hunt, brilliant ball through. He just thought that Robson might have just overrun it, but he just had...
Eager eyes to see more come. Cardwell, in the meantime, does well to hold it up. Lovely flick to McCann. He overtouches it slightly. It's behind for a corner.
Well, good response from Forest Green. Cardwell doing well to just hold it up. McCann always going to join in. That touch is just a little bit heavy and gives York a chance to
by Circum. And now there's a chance on the counter-attack as the red shirts push the other way. Ollie Pearce. Plenty of green getting back just to smother, but it's a lovely ball across to Hunt, who strikes it! End-to-end football at the LNER Stadium, and it was almost an exclamation point on the break from Alex Hunt.
Well, what a breakaway this is. Felix does brilliant, gets the ball out to Pearson. It's an inch-perfect pass. Hunt, we know what a fantastic technician he is. He just waits for it. Strikes it beautifully.
Garrett looks onside for the moment. The flag's staying down. Timed that run really well, did the winger. How about the delivery? Superb response. Harry Cardwell found, and Harry Cardwell conquers the York City back line. And we are back level pegging, as it's taken no time at all for Forest Green to find that quick reply. What a piece of service from Jordan Garrick, who's been threatening it all night, and Cardwell pops up with the header from close range.
Well, finally, Garrick with the pinpoint cross. He just sees Cardwell at the back post, unmarked. You've got to say, you can't afford to leave Cardwell on his own in the middle of the penalty area. Fantastic header from Cardwell, back down where it came from, and levels things up for Forest Green.
Oh, wanted to do a bit too much more. That's better from Cardwell. McAllister, one-on-one with his marker. What can this man do? So often the key component for Forest Green! And it took a ricochet to send it behind for a corner.
Well, that was a real opportunity for Forest Green and Carl McAllister, and we saw him do this in the reverse fixture. Gets the ball out on that right-hand side, but he wants to get onto his favoured left foot. Just cuts inside Felix.
Carl McAllister as well this evening. It's not a bad ball over the top looking for Pearce. It's going to be collected by the substitute Sinclair, who maybe just waited a little too long, or perhaps had a slight rush of blood to the head as he didn't quite connect with it cleanly.
Well, you could see he was just waiting for it to settle, but it just never did. Cuts inside and he's in a fantastic position. He's just waiting for the ball to just settle in front of him, but unfortunately, it just never does. He doesn't catch hold of it and just drag.
Sinclair urged on as he urges inside. Hunt, wonderful touch and control. Stones with the layoff, and Hunt was just underneath it and sent it skywards into the dark night sky.
Well, he'll be disappointed with this. Lovely little interchange with Stones, but he just can't keep his shot down. Brilliant bit of play, does the hard work. Just lacking that composure in his finish. He's had an outstanding evening, but...
Too much in a green and black shirt. Sucked towards the penalty areas, it's flicked at the near post, there's no way through. And it finishes honours even, an engrossing 95.5 minutes of football here at the LNER Community Stadium. But the only side smiling come the end of this evening's encounter is perhaps Barnet at the top of the Vanarama National League table.